More music, not less. Maybe you've seen some articles, some YouTube videos telling you, hey, stop listening to so much music. You know, you need time to not listen to music. You need time to listen to your own thoughts. And I agree with that somewhat. I think in typical fashion, as we see nearly everywhere, it's just the pendulum, right? So a lot of us have spent, especially during COVID, way more time listening to music. And now we think if we completely push it to the other side, our lives will be better. I am asking you, maybe aim for over here, right? So, or here. I'm not saying spend 8 hours a day listening to music, neglect all your other responsibilities. I'm not saying that. But what I will say, if you have free time and you are an artist that makes music, it is a bad idea for you to not listen to the music that's coming out today, to music that you enjoy, to look into bands that you've never heard of. Maybe you don't enjoy it after listening to a few songs, but at least you tried. And I think this is so important because the more we listen to, the more subconsciously and consciously that is going to affect our own sound and our own art and music that we're making. So if you were a painter, for example, we can like move the metaphor somewhere else. If you're a painter and I told you, hey, do not spend any of your free time, stop going to art museums, stop looking at art books, stop learning about your favorite artists and their techniques. Does that make sense to you? No, right? So again, not telling you that you need to listen to 4 hours of music a day, 3 hours of music a day. You find what works for you. You find your balance in a comfortable position. I used to, and I know this just because of Last FM, I used to listen to about 1,000 songs per week. That is a lot. That was too much, right? For me. Now I've landed in this spot where I'm listening to, I don't know, maybe 90 tracks a day. Okay, so like 800, maybe 700 songs per week, depending on what I'm doing, if I can listen to music while I'm working. Again, your circumstances are going to be different than mine. And not only will listening to more music help you in terms of your music and what you want to do creatively, it will prevent you from recreating things that have been created already. And you may be getting ahead of me mentally here and saying, well, technically every melody has been created. Every chord position has happened already. And I'd say, yeah, you're probably right. But no one has picked the chords you're picking, put them in the order you've put them in, putting the various melodies behind that, singing the same words you're singing, right? There's so many factors in music, even if it's just you and a guitar, that can add up. Again, song structure, melody, chords, etc., right? Words that you use, how you sing. Typically, you aren't going to recreate something like one for one unless it's an accident and you haven't listened to a lot of music and you're like, oh crap, that is the exact same as this. Very rare. But what I have here are just a few examples of how, this happens in the real world all the time. There's a melody that you recognize from another song, or guitar solo. Maybe it's coincidental. Maybe it's a nod to the other guitar solo. So I have some examples here. And I just want to go through these and hopefully this, I don't know, helps you a little to understand like, yeah, what I'm doing has been done, but not in the way I'm doing it, right? Like, and you can apply this to any field. If you're an athlete, like what you want to do, being a pro in a certain sport, going to college for a certain sport has been done already, but you make the decision as to how hard you want to push yourself, how often you want to train, right? there are a lot of individual choices that go into this. So you have some level of agency. I know it doesn't feel like it, especially in the age of streaming with music. Um, but then again, we get to the whole conversation of you're determining your musical, or I would say the success of your art by numbers and reception, which I would not do. All right. Because you're just going to get yourself in a hole. So first we have Zaza and Rich Haitian. Let me show you Zaza first and listen to this melody that Fulcrum is singing in the background here. There's the line.
I'm in a Zaza, ooh, I'm in a scooter zoom. Remember them days at school, remember them days in my room. Rolling 3, not 2, did you think this through? She won't be my muse, rolling but it's blue, rolling but it's blue. I was never cool, yeah, I'm in a Zaza, ooh.
So there's the background. And Fulcrum, you know, put that in there. It's a part of the beat. It's looping. That was in 2021. So Rich Haitian came out this year, and the song with the name of the album, right, Rich Haitian, at the very end, listen to this little vocal melody.
All night, but she cannot see, yeah.
Essentially the same, right? Here it doesn't matter. Fulcrum used it throughout the song. That song came before Rich Haitian. We can go back and forth all day about, well, this song came out before this song, so ultimately it doesn't matter, right? The melodies that come to you are just up here in the stream and you're grabbing. But yeah, I thought that was interesting that you can see, even though these two acts, well, Fulcrum may know who Makami is. I don't know. But they don't really know anything about each other. 3 years of separation, and we have the same melody sung in a similar way, not applied in the same way. Again, that's what I was saying. Like the melodies that you choose and the timing that you make are going to be probably unique to you. Okay, so next we have a classic guitar solo, okay, by Motorhead from Ace of Spades. Okay, so that was 1980. I've been listening to Every Bridge Burning, the new Nails record, a lot. And this song I really like, Give Me the Painkiller. I am pretty sure this guitar solo is at least nodding in the direction of Ace of Spades, right? And going, I see you. So listen to the beginning, especially of this solo. Nails are going to be moving a little bit faster than Motorhead. Again, things progress, things change. So again, the beginning of that solo is very similar. And it's also interesting that these two songs are only 3-second difference in length, and the guitar solo is about at the same spot. Again, probably that is coincidental, but in terms of the beginning of this solo, basically taking the same shape as the Ace of Spades solo, and then going and doing their own thing, moving to the tapping, whereas that Ace of Spades solo, they're going up into those chords. That's when the Nails guitarist, insert name here, goes up into the tapping and goes, okay, I just showed you Like I'm giving a nod, giving respect to Ace of Spades. Now I'm going to take this thing to the next level. So again, I'm just going to play this real quick because I want you to hear the similarities. All right. So sometimes you can take something directly that has inspired you and use it well. Use it in a way where most people may not even see the connection, but I think it's clearly there. And there's probably tons of examples of this because, you know, a guitar solo at the end of the day is a guitar solo. So, but yeah, it's like when your favorite rapper uses a line or half a line from a rapper they look up to, their song. It's very similar. I see it more as like I said, a nod in the direction of people that have come before you. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so what can ultimately happen? All right, and this is why I think listening to a bunch of music is important, is you write a song, it takes you like 2 days to write a song. That's not very many days. That idea, that melody maybe isn't as developed as it should be, okay? And you end up writing something that sounds pretty dang similar to another song. And if that song's popular, the chance that your song stands out, or if you're hoping for recognition, you know, there's going to be a less chance of that. But I think it's important that you know you don't blind yourself and not listen to music and make a bunch of stuff that sounds like other people's stuff, because then you're kind of just ignorance is blissing, right? Like push yourself enough to where your sound is unique and it's actually what you want it to sound like. Don't settle. And I'm not saying that this happened in this case, but I'm going to show you that sometimes we can end up making the exact same thing as someone else. So, New Theory by Washed Out, off Life of Leisure 2009, really popular song. I'm going to play it. All right, so 2009 that comes out. Great song. I chill wave, right? 2011, 3D Friends. Okay. All Over Again. 3D Friends, right? A lesser, again, if you're going by numbers, a lesser act here. how the verse is pretty damn similar? Here's the chorus. Main notes. Okay. So then the question becomes like, is all over again a copy? Is it lesser art, for lack of a better term? And I'd say no, but the difficulty is anyone who has heard New Theory is going to recognize it in this song. Okay. And this is 3 years. The gap is 3 years. And why I am saying listen to a bunch of music is if 3D Friends was spending time listening to, the genre that he was also involved in, and maybe he did, it's hard to know, can't get him on the line, but he would understand that this sounds exactly like New Theory, right? The melody, the tone, nearly everything is the same. And if he had known this song existed, he would have changed all over again to be something more unique, maybe something more stand out, right? Very interesting. We are all pulling, like I said, there's like a stream of ideas, is how I see it, and we're just pulling from that. The more music you listen to, the more you can pull, the more you can recognize what is not yours, what is a direct, oh, shoot, I got that from somebody, or oh, I know that riff. Maybe I should change it a little bit. It sounds too similar to this. Those are the steps you should be making as you play more and more music. Listen to more music, not less. Keep at it. Max isn't bored. See ya.